This is something that shouldn't bother me, but it does. Is Leonardo DiCaprio a great actor? Is he even good? I can tell you this much. He is an actor. It's everywhere, man. Everyone thinks that this man deserves an Academy Award for every single film he's in, even the kind of crappy ones. Like I said earlier, he is an actor. That's the contradiction. He's an actor in every film. The very opposite of what actors are trying to convince their audiences of. Apart from The Aviator, I've never fully believed him as a character. Always someone portraying a character. He can't fake an accent.
It occurred to me, huh? And don't trust that pilot for a second. You point this at his head if he fucks around, alright?
Heads up! Look in my eyes. Do you hear? Listen to your country. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Defense, defense, defense. This is it. This is our destiny.
And the Oscar goes to Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
And he's never the most memorable part of the films he's in. Titanic, the love story and the effects drew us in. Gangs of New York, Daniel Day-Lewis is awesome, and so is his fight with Liam Neeson. The Departed, the direction, story, and Jack Nicholson made the film. Shutter Island is painful to watch. Inception is memorable for its world and screenplay. Django Unchained, Christoph Waltz and Samuel L. Jackson stole the film. And he's in the recent film, The Revenant, which he's pretty good in, but it's mostly successful for the circumstances and the news surrounding it. The whole natural lighting shoot and the physically demanding stuff the director had the cast do garnered DiCaprio a nomination. These films are utterly forgettable, however. Now, it's by no means a bad performance of his in The Revenant. I enjoyed it, but an Oscar nod? I'm not so sure. This is another one of those years where Tom Hanks lost what's rightfully his, a spot in the nominations list. Although I was more pissed off in 2013 when Leo garnered a nomination for the heinously overrated Wolf of Wall Street, a study on overacting. 165 minutes of screaming, you get an Oscar nomination. Whereas I'm not saying he's a great actor, I'm not going to go ahead and say that he's terrible either. He's a very smart actor, as a matter of fact. He's very, very smart when he's making his choices. Look at the list of directors he's worked with. James Cameron, Martin Scorsese, Edward Zwick, Clint Eastwood, Quentin Tarantino, and Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu. All award winners or have their names associated with award winners. He aligns himself with the masters of their craft, which will give him inevitable goodwill and appeal. This has backfired a couple times though. He's good at playing characters as Leonardo DiCaprio, but he seemingly has no range. He's always angry the same across his film. He always showcases joy the same way across his films as well. Watch Shutter Island, The Departed, and Inception, and tell me how his performances differ. Whereas his characters have similar storylines, there must be something to separate an actor's performance apart from his costumes. There are certain actors who are simply cast because they bring a certain distinct performance with them. With Leonardo DiCaprio, it's the freak out. The one thing he does really well, look at that face, how it gets blood red, look at the veins popping in the back of his neck. That's all very good. I think it's this strength of his that leads viewers to automatically believe that the guy's into it. However, it doesn't help if you do it in every single film, and it really doesn't help when you do it the same way, and it really, really, really doesn't help when you do it a bajillion times in one film. Seriously, someone, give him a Snickers. Then, of course, is the narrative on the internet, where people have been so convinced by his performances that he must have all the Academy Awards, no matter how good the competition is or was. It's like they're blinded to other acclaimed films and performances. Hell, it's like they're blinded while watching another actor sharing the screen across Leonardo DiCaprio. Watch The Revenant and see Tom Hardy somewhat school him. As I said before, he can't fake an accent. He just sort of kinda whispers all of his lines in The Revenant.
My dad was our boy, and he took him from me, you understand? He's afraid. He knows how far I came to find him.
Compare that to Tom Hardy, who sounds like this.
The proper thing to do would be to finish him off quick.
What happened?
We did what we had to do. He was buried right.
One of them became the character, the other is still acting. Now, you don't have to be a method actor to be a great actor, but it worked the one time he gave in to the method in The Aviator. Another thing that bothers me about his performances is predetermination. Look at this scene. He seems like he's just hitting his mark.
Cranberry juice.
It's a natural diuretic. My girlfriend drinks it when she's got her period. What do you get, your period?
It doesn't flow. It seems like it's predetermined. Someone's telling him to do stuff. Again, in another scene against Jack Nicholson, who's playing Frank Costello, he's effortless. He even went as far as to improvise, pulling out a gun and pointing it at DiCaprio's characters. He's clearly having a ton of fun. Something DiCaprio isn't. He's just hitting his marks. It's desperation to be recognized. He tries too hard, and that's probably his problem from being believable. He memorizes lines. He doesn't make them his lines. A lot, if not most, of DiCaprio's praise for The Revenant comes from the demanding conditions he had to work in. People have been saying that, oh my god, he eats raw liver in a scene. To which I say, so what? Well, he's a vegan. Oh wow, I'm sorry, but again, so what? An actor or actress doesn't necessarily have to go through such extremes to be convincing. It's great that he did, but it's not all that fantastic. It's just a guy eating raw liver, which, judging by when the film is set, people probably did eat raw liver. Eating raw liver on screen is just that. Eating raw liver. Mind you, TV shows like this have kind of desensitized us from thinking anything's disgusting. I mean, humans look pretty appetizing as well. Now listen to me very carefully. I don't hate the guy. I really don't. I just don't like that people put him in a league with actors such as Gary Oldman, Heath Ledger, Daniel Day-Lewis, Samuel L. Jackson, and Tom Hanks. He just doesn't belong there. However, he is incredibly reliable, and there's a good chance that if you watch a film with him headlining it, you'll have a good time. I'll put him in the category with Harrison Ford, Will Smith, and Tom Cruise. They're known for their good looks and star power, but they can also go out and deliver a stunning performance as well. That's nothing to be ashamed of at all. He certainly doesn't seem to be complaining. As usual, people, thank you so much for watching. It means a lot, and if you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends and subscribe for more movie reviews and editorials on my channel. And you tell me, is Leonardo DiCaprio a good actor or not? And why? Cite your examples, if you have time, of course. Until then, remember to love yourselves, and good luck to all the Oscar nominees, including Leonardo DiCaprio.